Thanks for watching France 24 and welcome to the business interview. I'm Marcus Carlson. Today we'll be talking about mergers and acquisitions and about one of the biggest M&A deals so far in Europe this year. We're speaking to Jean-Pierre Clamadieu, the chief executive of the chemicals company Rhodia. It recently accepted a €3.4 billion takeover offer from the Belgian competitor Solvay. And if they get the green light from regulators, Rhodia will soon be snapped up. Jean-Pierre Clamadieu will be serving as deputy chief executive of the combined firm, and he's been tapped to take over completely when Solvay's current chief executive steps down. Welcome to the program, Jean-Pierre Clamadieu. Let's talk about this deal with Solvay first of all. You obviously think it's a good deal. Why is that?
Well, it's a very good deal because Solvay and Rhodia are two companies of similar size, 6 billion euros of sales, 15,000 employees. And when Solvay approached us, their project, which is now our project, was to build together a new entity which will be among the largest European-based chemical company with a strong position in emerging markets. So we think that this project is very nice because we will be building together a new company based on the strength of Solvay and Rhodia.
No reticence about working for the Belgians. A lot of French people will probably turn their noses up at the thought of a French company being taken over by a Belgian company.
I think it's the wrong way to look at this deal. This deal is about building a European company. And it's, I think in terms of culture, we are not very far apart. In terms of history, both Solvay and Rhodia has very long histories behind them. In terms of culture, we are engineers, chemists. So I think that we are close enough so that putting together this new European company is something which is a very exciting project.
I want to talk a little bit about your own personal feelings about this merger, because when you took over Rhodia in 2003 as chief executive, the company was in dire straits from a financial perspective. You had some real financial problems, but you nursed this company back to health. When you see this company being sold off, it must be a little bit of a bittersweet feeling about that.
We've negotiated this deal during 5 weeks, just a couple of months ago, and which is a very short period of time. It takes me probably a couple of weeks to let the feeling on the side and look at the merit of this deal. But yes, it's difficult. I mean, when you've spent so much of your time and energy putting a company back on its feet, when you've worked so much with the teams and when you've been able to achieve this transformation with your teams, going to the next step is always difficult. But very soon we were able to put the feelings on the side, and I worked with a couple of close colleagues, and we said, okay, this deal makes a lot of sense. And what was very good is that when I communicated with my team, it took less than a week for most of our employees to be convinced that this project had a very strong logic and made sense. People have plenty of questions. What will it mean for me? What will I be doing in the next in the new company? But they all think that this is a great opportunity for Rhodia and a great opportunity to continue this adventure in a different environment with new challenges.
So you cut all the emotion and it's strictly business from now on.
It's strictly business, but still with the feeling that we've done great things together, the Rhodia teams, and we'll have the opportunity to continue that in a different environment.
Let's talk a little bit more about one thing you said there. There's a lot of people saying that you're going to be taking over after Christian Jourquin, who is the current CEO of Solvay, when he retires. When is that going to happen? When are you going to be the big boss, so to speak?
Well, it should happen in the next 18 months. Christian is 63, and there is a limit in the statute of Solvay. But it will be a very orderly and well-organized transition. We'll have a lot of work to do with integration. I will be specifically in charge of integration as soon as the takeover process is completed. And then we will make sure that for all of our teams, we will be able to have a very smooth transition between Christian Jourquin and myself.
And are you going to change the company's strategy once that day arrives?
Well, I think putting together two companies of more or less the same size and creating a much larger one, yes, I mean, we'll have to adjust the strategy, but it's not so much because I will take over. It's because we will come to the conclusion jointly that there are other opportunities, other priorities, very much based on what we've been able to achieve separately, but with all the dynamic that we are creating with this integration.
Jean-Pierre Clamadieu, it's been a pleasure to speak to you. Thanks very much indeed for taking the time. And with that, we're going to wrap up this program. If you have any thoughts or comments on this program, don't hesitate to get in touch. You can message me on Twitter, and the name to look out for is MarcusF24. Thanks for watching France 24, and do stay with us.